Well, hello, and welcome to Stop, Let's Team Up, episode 88, Danger Street, book 11, and first issue special 11. We're getting there. We're getting close, folks. I know I'm behind because I bought issue 10 this weekend. Bought a bunch of comics. Had a little money from cashing out some PTO at work and bought some comics at the comic shop. Also got a couple more epics of Avengers. I'm kind of building my Avengers collection to catch up, to meet up where the Omnis are, because I'd like to start a big reread of Avengers just for my own pleasure. Mix it in with what I'm doing. And maybe I'll do an episode here and there when I want to, but it's not going to be the big thing. So let's get started with Danger Street 11. And we're going to go to the Fandom Wiki for some basic information. This comic was published on November 14th, 2023. Cover date January 2024. The title is Chapter 11, Codename Assassin. Oh, this one has a synopsis already. I love this. I don't have to go kind of page by page. It's got a beautiful cover by our artist, Jorge Fornes. I'm now going to look up who did the alternate cover, but it is a lovely cover. It's a door opening with blood coming in and the Commodore walking out, which is it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool. It's a silhouette, kind of a black cutout. I like those kind of things. I'm falling more in love with Mr. Fornes' art day in, day out. I want to read more. I've ordered another Tom King thing, Strange Adventures, which I've not read, which is not drawn by him. But the other cover is, wow, this is cool. Let's see. Is that Klaus Janson? No, B. Janson. I don't recognize this artist. I'm not sure who it is. It's Klaus Janson. And it is a very nice cover. It's kind of him standing with Lady Cop in the background. I know I don't like calling her Lady Cop. Cheif Warner. Let's call it Cheif Warner. So in the Fandom Wiki, it gives a little quote from Commodore Murphy. You can't just press a special button and everything resets. You've never read a comic book, Commodore. The creative team on this is executive editor Marie Javins, cover artist, as I said, Jorge Fornes, Tom King, writer Mr. Fornes does pencils and inks, colors by Dave Stewart, letters by Clayton Cowles, editors Brittany Holzer, Gillian Grant, and Chris Conroy. The Fandom Wiki synopsis says, The Helm of Fate narrates the penultimate chapter of this story. Holding Commodore Murphy hostage, Abdul Smith and the Outsiders have traveled to California and sent Jack Ryder to retrieve the helm from Liza Warner. While Murphy bickers with his captors and Darkseid comforts a drained Highfather over his failure to prevent the coming apocalypse. Warner invites Ryder in despite the lateness of the hour, but refuses to turn over the helm. As Ryder transforms into the Creeper and tries to take it by force, Warner draws a gun, shooting and killing him. The gunshots are overheard by Nonfat and Warlord, staking out Warner's home in hopes of stealing the helm while she slept. Forced into action, Warlord enters the house, fruitlessly ordering Nonfat to stay behind. With a gun drawn, Warlord comes upon Warner attempting to revive the Creeper and is shot by her in surprise. Finally, Nonfat enters and finds Warner with the two dead heroes. He explains to her their plan to use the helm to resurrect Goodlooks and recover the soul of Atlas. Hoping to revive the men she's killed, Warner agrees to help, leaves to steal the helm from the police evidence room. There she takes the helm and a bag of diamonds that once made up Metamorpho's body, back only to be discovered by Cooper, who she knocks unconscious. The sky begins to fall, destroying the planet Eurytius, and Orion announces his father's failure to stave off the end of the world to the nonplussed Dingbats. Nonfat and Orion retrieve Goodlook's corpse and the resurrection spell with Crunch, Banana, and Starman. Join Warner at her home and attempt to bring back Metamorpho, Goodlooks, the Creeper, and Warlord. As Warner recites the spell, Codename Assassin's diamond sword, in the possession of the Outsiders, reforms into Metamorpho's arm. So this the main characters in this are the Dingbats of Danger Street, Banana, Good Looks, only as a corpse, Crunch, Non-Fat, Lady Cop, Chief Warner, Naboo, who's our narrator, the Creeper, the Outsiders, consisting of Amazing Ronnie, flashback only, Doc Scary, flashback only, Harry, Larry, Lizard, Johnny, and Mighty Mary, Travis Morgan, the Warlord. We get to see the antagonist, or Officer Cooper. Why is he an antagonist? That's stupid. Commodore Murphy, who is a prick. Abdul Smith, Darkseid, Highfather, Metamorpho, Orion, Starman, Michael Thomas version. Atlas mentioned. Dragons mentioned. Justice League mentioned. And Ogres. The location is Earth 2, the United States of America. Earth 0. And there we get to see a little of that. The Helmet of Fate. So I really like this one. I'm really digging. I love his character. I love Tom King's characterizations. I'm really in love with Cheif Warner. I think let's give her a book and the Dingbats on this small town and how I don't need to see the Outsiders again. They're kind of I like them a little better after reading issue 10 of first issue special, and I've liked him in this. I like Commodore. He'd be a good second-rate villain to pop up every now and again. I'm really liking the brotherly bond between Darkseid and Highfather. They even have a little laugh together. But this is pretty good, and it's jumping like I'm surprised King hasn't gone to screenwriting. I mean, he may not, but I think he tells something. He tells a comic story in very much the way a movie would cut from one scene to another very effectively. But the Outsider stuff with Commodore is okay. Stuff with Highfather and Darkseid I really like. I do like the conversation with Jack. He thinks he's going to scare this woman. What a dumbass. He's talking to her and he's trying to help. He's trying to lay on, I'm really, and she's like, I know who you work for. Don't try that. And he presses the button on his arm, turns into the Creeper. And he's like, I am the Creeper. I need the helmet, and you will give it to me. She goes, Jesus, really? All right, it's in the drawer over there. Give me a second. And then the Creeper goes, it's to save people, okay? There's been a mistake. Maybe I made it, and I'm trying to correct it. You're a cop. You have to appreciate that. She goes, yeah, that's right. I'm a cop, and you're under arrest for whatever the hell being dressed like that at this hour in my house and doing whatever this is you're doing. Got to be against some law. Okay, now why don't you lie down on the floor while I call it in? And the Creeper goes, what, woman? Is this a joke? Do you want me to laugh? No, Jack, I just want you to. And he jumps at her and she shoots him in the chest. And then we cut to Warlord and Non-Fat. They're in a delivery van. And Warlord tells Non-Fat to wait. And, of course, Non-Fat thinking to himself, because, no, I'm not coming. Warlord walks in and surprises Warner, and she shoots him through the heart. And then Dingbat comes in and sees what's going on. And when he calls her Lady Cop, she says, please don't call me Lady Cop. It really pisses me off. And then we cut to Orion and Crunch and Non-Fat. Just kind of hanging out. Oh, Bananas, I'm sorry. Bananas and Crunch hanging out with Orion while they're playing video games. And then we get Non-Fat telling Warner about their plan. So he's just kept her up to date. And then that's when she goes, so the big guy, Atlas, the one who can save the whatever. I got him at the morgue. Can't we just use the spell thing these guys got from the green team and bring him back? I asked that. Shit. I guess that's what he's saying. The Orion dude says Atlas like gave his soul and like power and expletive deleted. Anyway, that was expletive that. There's nothing there to bring back. It's all in Good Looks. Oh, okay. So she got two of the outsiders are messing around with the Metamorpho sword. Then we cut to this little sci-fi scene where we see the planet Uranus just disintegrate. Um, I like that she's going to get the helm, but then she's like, this is the narrator. I'm a fool and a mob of fools, she thought. There's no magic in the world. Yet still she clutches her prize and made her way back toward the cold night. But just as she was about to leave the hallowed hold, she spied another mystical and mysterious item that caused her to hesitate. You see, when a princess spies a prince in peril, she cannot help but feel profound duty to aid him in any way she can. And what it is the diamonds it's the broken diamonds that make up Metamorpho, and she runs into Cooper and knocks him out. Non-Fat shows up, and Orion's got Good Looks body over his shoulder. Starman's still not feeling so good, but he come in. They all get back to Cheif Warner's house, and there laid out are Creeper, Warlord, a bag of diamonds that make up Metamorpho, and Non-Fat, who is really decayed. They say the magic word. The sword turns back into a hand. And that's the end. I really liked it. I'm enjoying the series. I really am. I mean, it's just a lot of little things moving toward the end. But I'll probably read that tonight when I'm done recording this and posting it, because I just kind of want to get done and read it. And I may put them all back together and read it together. I'm going to probably buy it when it's collected in one big volume, hopefully a deluxe size one. I would really like that. I look forward to that. So hopefully they do that. So let's talk about first issue special 11, introducing Codename Atlas. So I'm going to pull up the wiki page for this and give you the pertinent data. This comic was cover dated February 1976. Fandom Wiki does not have its publication date. Let me look on Mike's Amazing World. It was published on November 18th, 1975. Very good, very good. Almost almost 50 years ago. It has got a Joe Orlando's the executive editor. It's got a micro cover. I've never noticed in all these years that was a micro cover. It's not very Grell. It's plotted by Jerry Conway, scripts by Steve Skeets, Nestor Redondo and Frank Redondo do the art. Al Milgram's the inker. Editors are Jerry Conway and Paul Levitz. The name of this story is Codename Assassin. The synopsis is short and sweet. A medical experiment gives Jonathan Drew incredible telekinetic powers, which he uses to go after his sister's murderers as the assassin. He's Codename Assassin. Marie Drew is his sister who raised him. His parents died when he was young. His friend is Dr. Andrew Stone. His antagonists are Dave Mark Carmody, two supervillains, Powerhouse and the Snake, which I liked their designs. I really did. And a guy named Victor Grumman. Takes place in New England. The brothers Nestor and Frank Redondo are credited as Redondo Studios. This was recorded in the hardcover of DC's first issue specials, which I am so glad I bought to do this. I mean, I could have read these on the app, but I will reread these things. I mean, I really enjoyed them after I enjoyed them more than I thought I would rereading them. Some of them were rougher than others, but they was fun. I like they had the behind the story stuff, and it tells you a little bit about, this was something that was Jerry Conway wanted to do, his character he wanted to create. The character designs for Snake and Powerhouse were designed by Carmine Infantino. Since the mag was to be penciled 6,000 miles away from our office, then the script went to the legendary Redondo Studios deep in the Philippines. The Redondo's a really good comic artist. I really have enjoyed him. Nice cover. Let me say, one, I really like the art a lot. And I think I've probably read this once years ago, and I've thumbed through it a couple times during this year while I've been jabbing about this. But I really like the art. It's got a nice style. It's not a standard superhero style. It's a little more cartoon. I just don't know. It's not like a regular DC house style at the time. I like the costume design more in this. but I didn't remember any of this, that he had telekinetic powers, and it is really a superhero comic. I thought for some reason that his sister was this other I think she's a DC comic, Agent Marie, like this World War II character or something, because that's what she kind of looks like. But she's just his sister, and he's got cool superpowers. Now I understand what when you see him flying in the comic, it's got these motion things around by his arms and legs. I thought it was some kind of device. I remembered it as that. I didn't realize it was him using telekinetic power. But he battles some gangsters. We get to see a flashback why he wants to revenge his dead sister. You get the introduction of the villains, and then he battles them, and it ends on a cliffhanger. And I think that's where Jerry Conway kind of wanted. I think he thought this could get its own series. I think this is probably one he liked more. Jerry created a lot of characters and did a lot of stuff when he was working here at DC. I'm opening up Codename Assassin in the fandom Wikipedia so I can see if he's appeared more often. Well, that's a Scott Collins of him. Oh, wow. He has appeared 21 times. 21 times. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to open up that list of those appearances. Oh, Superman Volume 535, Superman Volume 1680, New Krypton, Superman Volume 1679, The War of the Superman, Free Comic Day, Codename Assassin, okay, Supergirl Annual, and an Action Annual. So they made him kind of a Superman character. That's kind of cool. I'll have to check these out because... Let me see. All the characters originally introduced during DC's Earth 1 era of publication. Their existence following the events of the 85-86 Crisis on Earth remains intact. However, some elements of the characters' pre-crisis history may have been altered and removed for post-Earth continuity and should be considered apocryphal. So let's see. I'm looking at this. He fell off the grid shortly after this incident. He was indoctrinated to the elite military program, eventually earning the rank of colonel. Most of Codename Assassin exploits during this time have yet to be revealed, but one of his assignments included assassinating 5 premier scientists working for Project Cadmus, specifically the 5 men who once comprised the original Newsboys Legion. Drew's assignment also included killing one or more of the numerous clones of the original Guardian that had been active over the past several years. Around the time of the so-called Final Crisis, Drew interfered in a fight between Superman and Atlas. His presence at the fight earned him the attention of eager photojournalist Jimmy Olsen. Oddly, Jonathan Drew was unable to use his telepathy to read Jimmy's thoughts. Almost immediately after this incident, Codename Assassin murdered Project Cadmus Administrator Double X. I may have read those and just forgotten all about him. That's kind of cool. But I liked it. I liked the comic. I thought it was better than some of the other ones in here. I thought it was, it's a 1975 comic. It was a good premise. If you'd had a good writer and these artists, you probably could have done a good spy-ish, it'd be super spy comic. I think that would be fun. So, I'm kind of looking forward to the final issue. That will probably come up Christmas week sometime. This is on the weekend before Christmas. So Christmas is a week from tomorrow. This will go up today, so you'll hear it today or tomorrow or whenever you hear it, years from now. Whatever. So I'm going to be doing some more recording. I'm going to maybe record another episode tonight, do this week's Starman, which is issues 17 and 18 of the Will Paint Starman. So good. I'm so happy about that comic. And maybe a Legion one for Wednesday. And next weekend, I will do the final Danger Street. And I'm going to cover a couple Christmas comics for Christmas Day drop. So, folks, as always, be safe, be smart. Please be kind to each other. It's this time of year. Let's just everybody take a break and be really, really nice to each other. And let's read some comics.